Well, they say they are sick of hearing the politician promises, and climate change strikers say time is up. You'll remember them from last year, 6 million strong, inspired by a 16-year-old, the Swedish girl who skipped class and sparked a revolution. NTV's Leila Beaudoin reports.
On hold because of COVID-19, strikers are back at it today and say the message hasn't changed.
What do we want? What do we want? What do we want?
The climate crisis is just as much as the situation as it was before, and we're really excited to be heading back to the streets today.
The pandemic has reduced the numbers, but not the urgency.
For 28 years, global emissions have continued to rise, and they're still rising.
The global youth movement is asking the city of St. John's to practice what they preach when it comes to climate change promises.
Treat the climate crisis like the emergency that they declared it. We also ask, secondly, for the termination of offshore oil subsidies and exploration here in Newfoundland. And third of all, for our governments and governments everywhere to adhere to the Paris Agreement.
The destruction of our environment, from the extraction of raw materials, to the pollution of production, to the immense garbage caused by our consumption, is pushing us to the edge of extinction.
This is where we walked.
Often when I speak to the climate emergency, I speak as a poppy, as a grandfather who wants to leave an inhabitable planet for my beloved grandchildren.
And here's what we know about these marches. They are working, with Ottawa making green energy a big part of this week's throne speech.
There's power in numbers. It feels very empowering. I do think we are being heard.
But that momentum is a part of the movement that won't stop.
I am asking you to treat the climate crisis as the emergency that you have declared.
Sending this mass email to the city of St. John's, reinforcing those demands, calling for climate change action now. Leila Beaudoin, NTV News.